Okay, y'all, what's up, man? What's going on? Z Sync, what's going on? Get this, get this thing going. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? Let's see. Get this thing pulled up here. All right. So yeah, man, we back. I was busy, man. Busy the past few days. So I told y'all, I said, look, ain't gonna be on for a little while. We're not gonna on. What was on last Thursday? Yeah, I'm tired. Two B's, what's up, man? George, what's going on? Man, yeah, we didn't have any UFC, no Bellator, nothing like that. But we had some other fights going on. That's what I want to talk about. We did have one FC, so I want to go and talk about that fight, man. I want to talk about how how the judging really is. Like with one FC. Like, do y'all like it when you judge the fight as a whole, or when you judge round by round? Which is better? Let's talk about that, man. And this BKFC, man. Sink said that was sad to see. What was sad to see? The bare knuckle fight. Hey, I mean, that's how things go, man. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, if that's what you're talking about, the bare knuckle fight, because when you talk, you got to be able to go in there and back things up. Yeah, it was. I won't. I can't really say it was like sad. It was just like BKFC is brutal, man. It's brutal. You know what you're getting into. She's been here time and time again, but let me hold off on that. Oh yeah, PAWFC, PAWFC, Palace Athena. I want to talk about that organization because they've been on the come up. They represent a lot of the women that's lower level amateurs. Chris Cyborg is uh, one of their reps. Who else? Is Sarah Kaufman, Felicia Spencer. She's a commentator. So yeah, still got a few things to talk about. Even with BKFC, I still want to talk about like bare knuckle boxing as a whole. Like, is it really worth doing? Like, it's not really a longevity thing like grappling or even Muay Thai. Like, I can see people doing Muay Thai longer. Bare knuckle boxing is just brutal, man. It is brutal. Yeah, to be said where he stands on judging fights as a whole. I don't know. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this Friday fight, man. Yeah, shout out to DJ, man. Demetrius Johnson, he went in there and got it done. I fell asleep on the fight, but I went back and looked because when I was watching it, where was I? I think I was up to round two, and he looked like he was in trouble. He looked like he was a little in trouble whenever I saw him in that situation on the ground, like round one and round two. He was on his back two times, and I dozed off. I was like, oh, I don't think he's gonna make it. But when I woke up later and watched it again, I was like, oh wow, that's a real champion right there. So shout out to DJ, man. That's what a real champion does. They come back. They just don't crumble. They keep finding a way. They make improvements in the fight, and he did that. I mean, beautiful, beautiful shot landed. Beautiful. What was it? Left hook. He bagged him into the fence and landed that knee. Dang. But still, him. What's his name? Moraes. It's always going to be a competitive fight. I think Moraes. He's just a big guy. He's just a big guy, though. When you even look at the size difference, it's still like in question on how well DJ does at this weight. Flyweight. He's 5'3". you know, ripped, skilled, but still, I don't know. Let me see. Marcus said, I know you haven't forgot when Ferea fought Helen Peralta in bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, how long ago was that fight? Yeah, they both they both are gritty, They both some gritty chicks. Helen Peralta, she got a fight coming up, I think, too. Shoot, I might have to replay that fight. That was like a couple years ago, right? Hmm. Hang on, I'm just pulling something up. James said Hirata had Lynn out of there if she had 20 more seconds. Probably, yeah. Yeah, let's look at that fight, man. Yeah. Um, Lynn and Sugi Hirata, like I said, it really depends, I think, on the style of judging in this fight, Lynn Hequin and Sugi Hirata, because if you were to do it round by round, you could make an argument that Lynn won the fight. But when you look at it as like a whole fight, it's kind of like what people remember the most and who look like they were in the most compromised position, right? The person that looks like they are at a disadvantage, that look the most vulnerable. That's kind of what people usually remember, even in like street fights or even if you fight in school. Like people, they may remember you jabbing somebody or landing a few shots to the face, pot shotting somebody. Like, oh yeah, I remember, yeah, this dude, he was busting his nose up, popping him. But, as they kept going, dude, he took him down and slammed him, and he had him down on his back. He couldn't get up. Like, that's something people remember a lot. That's kind of what I think of 1FC judging is like. It's kind of like they just think of those big moments when somebody got slammed and they don't really base it off of points at all. I kind of think they just look at effective slams, boom, drop, take them down. Or if you have a person in trouble a couple of times, because, to me, Isuki Hirata wasn't doing anything like spectacular. She wasn't doing anything like really, really like statement making in the fight to me. It was just those last couple of moments in like rounds 2 and rounds 3. And like I said, if you're looking at it as a whole, yeah, you would say, okay, this person is doing more damage overall, right? You'll say, okay, this person is getting their point across with these slams and the knockdown and some effective ground and pound and a submission attempt. But if you were looking in a point fighting manner, you would say, oh man, Lynn is out striking. She's piecing this girl up. She's chewing that lead leg up, which she was. I mean, if you look at the fight, first round, Hirata, nice jab, good 1-2, turning nice, turning angles, inside, chopping the inside of the lead leg up, attacking the outside, bruising her up. Which again, yeah, like if you're watching the fight even outside or something, you'd say, oh, this person's chopping that leg up. But it's just that single target. Going in the second round, again, landing these shots, chewing that lead leg up. But when Hirata gets on her, she's taking her down. She's popping up. She's popping back up. It's taken down again. Almost gets submitted. So I think overall, you would look at that and say, okay, now the momentum is going in this person's favor, right? Third round, Isuki, to me, well, not Isuki, Lynn, to really secure it, I think she needed to switch up her game plan, walk this girl down, walk Isuki Hirata down, and start landing with more offense instead of just staying on the outside, you know? And that would have, I think, secure more of a victory. But with her staying patient, too patient on the outside and cautious, the judges are looking for something big to happen. And then when she steps in with her right hand, Hirata's right hand gets there first and gets a knockdown. And then she just goes off with that ground and pound. I already knew, like, this is what the judges are going to get. This is what the judges are going to score, and they're going to give it to her, right? I think Hirata overall, though, man, she knew what to do in this style, but still a lot of work needs to be done. Even with some of her takedowns, they weren't really that dominant. I think Lynn was still able to scramble back up and reverse position a lot. It was just Hirata's dog in her that kept her going until the end, setting up the right hand and then landing those effective shots. But if you go back and look, like, Lynn did a nice reversal to land some knees against the body and to take some pressure off of a guillotine attempt, So Hirata, for somebody that, goes in there, goes for these takedowns, she wasn't looking as strong, as dominant. I think she needs to take a page out of like somebody like wrestlers like Sarah McMahon. They've been working on their overhand right. She needs to start working on throwing that overhand right early. She was able to get it in the third round after timing it, but she would really want to work on landing those type of shots early. Closing distance early, because eventually you're gonna meet somebody that you can't just take down. Or think a well-timed right hand is going to land, right? You're going to have to go in there and assert yourself early. Because, that lead leg was getting chewed up early, man. If this was, like I said, if this was more like point fighting, if it was round by round, you may have seen like a split decision go for Lynn, which, me being a striking fan, but, just going off a point, I probably would have gave her a fight, to me. To be said, the problem is that we're involved in opinion. If you want to judge the fight as a whole and not round by round, then the fight shouldn't have rounds. It honestly makes no difference if opinion is involved. James said, if one really judged the fight as a whole compared to round by round, it kind of changes everything. Yeah, they might as well just call them breaks to me. Like I said this before, like, just go ahead and don't even call it round by, round 1, 2, and 3. Just call it a break in between. Like, if you want to give a person a break, okay, they get a break, go back to the fight. Get a break, go back to the fight. So just say the fight is broken up into 3 parts. Because I think that still throws people off, makes you say, okay, well, new round means this person has another chance, right? That's how I kind of see it. So, you're just judging it as a whole. Just say it's all one fight with a couple breaks in between. No need to even really stay as around. Yeah. James said because UFC is really judging like 5 different fights, meaning each round is a separate fight. Right. Yeah. He said as a whole, the fact that she had her close to being out gets extra credit for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because it's like I said, it's like they see it more as like just like a real fight, not a controlled round by round or point fighting system. It's just you go in there, put all your skills on the line, and then they say, okay, well, this person looks like they're getting the best. This is what we remember the most. And then boom, we were knocked down. This knockdown and ground and pound trumps all of the jabs, all of these little leg kicks that she was doing, because going back to this thing too, like the leg kicks and the jabs were nice. Like I said, as far as point fighting, but were they really slowing Hirata down? No. She was pecking away. And that's the key word there, pecking. She was landing and just touching. So yeah, I can see that too. Just shots, little shots here, bruising the lead leg, but you still weren't fully getting Isuki Hirata's respect, which I meant to post a little community post like who y'all thought won the fight, because I see a lot of people are kind of up in arms about it. They thought that Lynn won. Some people are saying she was robbed. So it's all in how you look at it. It was one of them situations. Let me see here. Because I was watching the fight again this afternoon, and I was looking at some of the comments, like on how many people thought it was a robbery. Hold on. Because some people were making good points too, because they were saying that, Lynn was controlling the pace, using her leg kicks, but she was never, there's one comment on the fight on YouTube. Somebody said Lynn was controlling the pace, but other than the leg kicks, she was boxing. She never hurt Hirata, right? And that's why I said, like, if you weren't really getting the person's respect and they still keep coming in this situation, they're not going to rate that or score that as high. And they said Lynn's takedown defense was still, they said still counted for them. Let's see. She was saved by the bell in the last 2 rounds. Some people who said, Hirata ended round 2 and 3 by finishing her opponent, almost finishing her opponent. So that's 2 rounds for her. Somebody said, I love Hirata, but don't believe she won that fight. I'm not a judge, so it's whatever. Yeah. Because I think if we took the breaks out to, like, watch it like this. If you take the breaks out, take out the breaks in between rounds and just, I said this before, take out the breaks and just watch the fight as a whole, then it'll probably look a lot clearer on who you think the winner is. I might do that when they just edit it out or just scrub through, because, I was just letting it play through this time. And I'm going to say, okay, well, I can see who the winner is this time, right? So I'm going to watch it that way. All right. So, it was a good fight, though. There was some other good fights on here. Like I said, the DJ fight was good. That was how a champ's supposed to do. You're supposed to go in there and if you're down, you're supposed to get stronger. DJ came in there and proved it, man. So now they're 1-1. Moraes, he was on Twitter. He said he wants a 3rd fight. So why not, right? Yeah. But there was a Muay Thai fight over here too. I meant to go back and watch that too, but I was busy, so I missed that one. It was Amber Kitchen. I don't think she got the victory though, so maybe I'll have to talk about that one later this week. Because I'm about to go back and check that one out though. Ulysses, what's up? He said the Beast fight week, not anymore. You mean Cyril gone? Not Manon. Manon's not fighting till October now, man. Don't get my hopes up like that. Yeah. I wish. This would have been a perfect card too, man. This was a good, solid card. Oh, you really did forget. Oh man, I ain't forget, because I would have been a little bit more hype. I would have had some stuff planned for this week, but not going down. It's sad. Because who else was on this card? Oh yeah, what's her name was taken off too? Dos Santos, Zara Dos Santos. Yeah, she's off the card too. Oof, that was that Andrade fight, boy. I would have been. That's a Andrade Manon. That would have been a crazy fight. Different texture than the Chikagan fight. It would have had me more on edge. I mean, I really like the Chikeg and Manon style matchup, but imagine the Andrade fight. You're always going to be on edge in that fight because of the just the power and strength factor. It's always dangerous. Yeah, man. Sad it was perfect though, man. 2B says, so my question is, what happened to this way of thinking with the Zamboanga fight? Zamboanga at the end turned it up and wasn't granted the win. I don't know. It depends on those judges, man. If you got different judges in there, it's all in how they do it, right? Yeah. And then she lost clearly in the rematch, right? Didn't they rematch? Yeah. She lost clearly in that one. But yeah, I thought that first one could have went her way. Oh yeah, Stephanie Edgar's fighting. Yeah, she's stepping in against Alan Perez or Eileen Perez. Yeah. But let's look at this real quick, man. BKFC had a couple of good women's fights. They had this of course y'all know this main event, Christine for Ferea and Taylor Starling. But who was the other one on here? What is her name? Jamie Henshaw and Cassie Robb. Man, Cassie Robb, boy, she is racking them up. I like her. Seem cool. I'm just saying she is racking up the losses. I mean, around the combat sports spectrum. I mean, I give her a lot of credit. She will fight and she'll show up. But sometimes you gotta ask yourself, man. Let me see. Can I share this with y'all? Let me share this. Let me see if I can share this screen here. Hold on real quick. Hang on one second. Okay, let's talk about this BKFC here real quick, man. Because some fighters you gotta ask yourself, man, when is enough enough? Jamie Henshaw stopped Cassie Robert in one round. Cassie Robb, y'all know she fought MMA, women's boxing. Now she's around here to BKFC. Last time she fought, she got stopped by Taylor Starling in one round. So that tells you something. Let's see. Cassie Robb, and BKFC is 0-3. Finished 2 times in the first round. Overall, her combat sports record is like 2-11 or something like that. I'm just trying to pull this thing up to show it to y'all. Let's see. Share screen. Hang on. I'm just here. What's better on a computer? Hold on. All right. Anyways, this thing's giving me some trouble. I was just trying to share a screen. Yeah, 2B's make it better. Yeah, look at this. Cassie Robb was finished in one round by Jamie Henshaw, which you go back and look at her resume overall. She's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights in a row just across the board. Just across the board of MMA, boxing, and BKFC. And before that, she had lost, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So she lost 16 fights. So her combat sports record is 2-16. 2-16. You know, like I said, I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of losses. That's a lot of losses for somebody to just continue on. There's no really win loss pattern. It's just a continuous thing, where it's almost like you thinking the person just showing up to, you know, get paid. But combat sports is not really a sport to do that. To show up just to get paid. It's one thing if you're acting, you just come in, phone in your performance, and go if that's what you want to do. But putting your life on the line every day, or this many times in a row, and not winning, that's dangerous. Let's see, she fought Jamie Henshaw in MMA like 5 years ago and beat her. But Jamie got some revenge in bare knuckle boxing. Let's see, Cassie Robb lost to Jinyu Fry. She lost to Laura Sanko. She was Laura Sanko's only professional win. Laura Sanko only fought once, and Cassie Robb was that win for her. Let's see, she lost to Catherine Paprocki in boxing. Man, hold on, I'm gonna pull this record up here. Cassie Robb. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this thing's taking forever to work, but only time you get it, only time you have it guaranteed is if you getting finishes. Never leave it in the hands of the judges. That works everywhere. Okay. Oh, just a Chrome tab. This one. No, this screen. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. There it is. I'm trying to share this thing. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that is sad. That is sad. This thing is playing. Make sure y'all hit that like button while I'm trying to get this thing right here. It acts like it don't want to share when I'm trying to share it. Zama said, I remember one time saying, some fan said to Sanko that Megan Oliveira was calling her out, and Sanko was like, oh really? I like my chance. Yeah, she does have some more of a skill set than Megan Oliveira don't fight at all. So, even though Laura only has one fight, I mean, she is educated at the sport, right? Yeah, it would have been fun to watch, right? Funny. Funny's the word. Okay, so trying to pull this record up. I just want to give y'all a taste of what her resume looks like. Hold on. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, you can see it right here. Let me hide this comment. So, yeah, this is her resume. This is Cassie Robb right here. Some of y'all remember her. That's Cassie Robb. Okay, y'all see that? And she is 2-11 overall, 2-16. If you want to include everything, including everything, boxing, um, BKFC, all of that. Yeah, she's 2-11. So let me scroll down here so you can see it. Yeah, she lost this past Saturday to Jamie Henshaw. And you can go down the list right there. Those are all the people she lost to. She lost to what's her name? Andy the Crazian Nguyen, who fought on beat PAWFC this past Saturday as well. Katie Saw, who she fights in Bellator, strawweight Bellator. She lost to her. B Nguyen, everybody knows Killer B. Cynthia Arceo, seen her fight. So she got a who's who list. She hasn't scored a win in 5 years. Sometimes you just got to ask yourself, though, what's next? What are you gonna do? Is it wise to keep doing this? See, there it is, Laura Sanko. Laura Sanko, that was her only one fight in Invicta FC4. Yeah, Laura Sanko fought 9 years ago in this card. I remember this card. It was the Carlos Esparza Beck Rollins fight card. So yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to pull that up because I was always wondering about her. Like, is she gonna keep fighting or is she gonna just, do whatever she else, whatever she is doing. I think she has a OnlyFans as well. Because I think that probably be the best route. But if she has a contract that's paying her a lot of money to show up, yeah, But like I said, it's dangerous to keep doing that. But this other fight on this card, Christine, the main event, Christine Ferea and Taylor Starling. Sink said it was sad to watch for him. I mean, yeah, I could see. I know what you mean. Sink, it is kind of it was a brutal situation because of the look on her face. But, hey, when that bell rings, you're going after it. And she started off looking sharp, like she landed a little shot, I think, right hand or left hook that knocked Christine off balance. But Christine came right back into the pocket, landed some good overhand rights. And she started rocking Taylor, got her into the cage and just started, she just started landing, hard uppercuts and shots on the inside and just pinned her up to the on the ropes. And she just crumbled, head turned towards the crowd. And I guess she was talking to her corner, like saying, was she talking to her corner? Like, you remember, like, what was she saying? Did she say, I can't? Was it like her hand was hurt? Because she just started saying she can't no more. She started crying right there. And the ref, I guess he didn't get I think he could have waved it off right then and it would have been good, but he let it go for a couple more seconds. And Christine went after her, landed some more punches on her head. And, I think maybe the hand was hurt because she didn't throw back. So the referee steps in. So all this in a matter of 47 seconds. So I was just like, what happened? But then when I looked, I was like, maybe it was her hand or was it like a mental meltdown? Because she just literally was done. And I was just surprised because, yeah, I thought after all of this buildup that there was about to be more of a scrap, a war, right? Especially with the pushing and the bumping of the heads. You want to see more. You want to see more than that. You want to see this person go in there and back it up. Singh said the promoter looks sad. I believe he is sad, because that's another one like Paige that can't get a win. Paige is like what 0-2 or 0-3. So she's kind of in a situation where, well, they're in a situation where they're going to be losing money because this person they invested in isn't bringing in fans. Because there's a lot of men, even that are fans of Paige, that don't want to see this anymore, right? At least the fighters like Britain Hart, Christine Ferea, bring Helen Peralta back. They're gonna be dogging it. They're gonna be scrapping, right? They're gonna be going in there scrapping. Singh said she couldn't see after she got cracked the first time. Oh wow. Oh, so she couldn't see. Lafayette, what's up? He said I never thought Taylor was gonna do anything. I thought she would at least try. Which, I mean, leading to what you're saying about the vision, maybe that was the problem. I mean, if you can't see, I definitely recommend you stop the fight. But wow, I mean, one of them right hands must really did some damage there. But James said that same dude just reminded me how bad most people look after they get in the ring and start throwing punches. I can't even pick a winner in that. Zaman Page versus Starling. Ooh. And Starling, she went in there and blasted out Cassie Robb in her last fight. So that kind of tells you, like, even where Cassie Robb is, like, some of these ladies, I think they just go in there kind of like tough man contests. Y'all remember the tough man shows? Where they would just go in there and swing wild. I mean, there's more skill to this because you still have to know how to throw a punch and slip a punch and know how to throw a bare knuckle punch because it's a different world. It's a different thing than if you were wearing like 8-ounce gloves or something. Let's see. Some of this stuff don't want to pull up today, man. Straight off the site here. Obviously, I was not impressed seeing her fight with Hannah Guy, Britain Hart with KO her. Yeah, because Britain Hart still comes from a background of professional boxing. She just doesn't do bare knuckle boxing. She actually does box. She did go the distance with Christine Ferea. So I see some more skill in her, but some of them girls, like I said, the Cassie Robbs, the Taylor Starlings, they just come in more off of energy. And if the energy ain't popping, it's over. You know what I mean? It's gonna be over. Let's see. Okay, so here's a good shot. So since she couldn't see, so here's the punch right here, y'all. You think it was this punch right here? So I wonder if that punch landed over by her eye or something. If she couldn't see, you think it did some damage to her eye? Ooh, that's brutal, man. Like, I'm gonna see if she said anything about that on her Instagram. Hold on. Yeah, make sure you hit that like. You got like 16 people. Let's go ahead and get to at least 10 likes. We only at 8. Get to like 10 or 11. Push this thing to 10 or 11 likes. Yeah, let me see here, man. Did she get some damage done to her eye? Man, right there in the forehead, which probably blurred her vision. Wait a minute. Let's see if she said anything about this on her IG, if there was some damage done. Nope, nothing there. Yeah, hold on, nothing there. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is brutal, man. Bare knuckle boxing, it's not the same as like just wearing the 8 ounce gloves and the 10 ounce gloves in regular boxing. It's not that type of show, because of these knuckles are right there in your face, and the way you turn a punch over, like you can see here, that's when we connecting bone on bone, or bone in the eye, or bone on the cheek. You know, that's why you have to have that ability, to know how to slip these punches. But sometimes if you just get caught and somebody overwhelms you, and they're a dog like Christine, she's gonna go in and put this type of pressure on you. Then that's continuous shots coming at you. So this was a situation where there was no helping it. Like, she got caught, got rocked, and Christine came in and just started landing consecutive shots. So I figured, yeah, one of those shots landed right here and she went down. She was probably like, oh, my vision is blurry. I can't see, you know? Okay, she said it in the post fight interview. Okay. I have to check that out now while we on here. But yeah, anybody with the heart to do it, I mean, hey, that's them. I mean, hey, more power to them. They're putting on shows for us, right? Man, and she did put on a war before. I mean, people with her in that last fight. Y'all remember that one fight she had where like almost looked like her teeth were knocked out too? I have to show y'all that one. Just show y'all this ain't no joke, man. Charissa Segala, yeah. This sport is no joke. Hold on. And this will show you that she's got some grit to her. But when you're going in there with a harder puncher like Christine, you better be ready. Oh man, come on, man. Some of these things just don't want to come up. Where these images are like JPEGs. Hold on. Okay, here's one. He said, I heard she fought all debuters. They set her up to get thrashed. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. Because, yeah, the girl she fought, Charissa Segala, I think was making her debut sink. And if a girl like that was taking it to you, then you better believe somebody with skills like Christine Ferea is probably going to get you out of there. Yeah. Y'all remember this fight, right? She was in a war before. And yeah, this girl, Charissa, was taking it to her. They were going back and forth. So, she does put on a war. People, they want to counter out this time and get mad at her. I'm like, I ain't really mad. I'm like, sometimes stuff happens. Like if it happened to her eyesight, then yeah, you gotta stop. You had to stop. But y'all gotta remember, yeah, some of these fighters, they're gonna have an off day every now and then. Sometimes, yeah, you might get blurry vision or poked in the eye, and it'll call it a night. I know you paid for it, but they're human. It's not robots. But every now and then you'll get them putting on like a war like this because this is what they want to do. Marcus said defense is a must in bare knuckle. Either that or get CTE even faster. Right. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, a lot of these bare knuckle fighters, they don't come out with that mindset. Sadly, they don't come out with that mindset to be slicker. Like, you would think they would because, like I said, the punches are harder and the possibility of, really breaking something is there because there's no gloves, right? So you would think they would be more on their defense in this sport. I know I would. I mean, just regularly fighting somebody, yeah, I'm gonna be slipping. I ain't trying to take this many shots to the head, but the people they sign, that's the type of gritty fighters they are. That's why I really don't see any longevity in BKFC because of the type of fighters they sign. They don't sign technicians or defensive technicians. They sign people that want a dog, put on a show, and have big hearts, right? In this situation, I'm not gonna say Taylor didn't have a big heart. She just didn't have the vision to go on, right? So it just turned out that way. But going back to what Sink said, yeah, let me look at her resume here though. Like, out of the fighters she's fought, everybody was making their debut, right? She hasn't fought anybody with a little bit more experience. Like, no Helen Peralta, no Beck Rawlings, none of those names, right? Let's see. BKFC. Yeah. Cassie Robb was like making making her debut. Segala was making her debut, and Hannah Guy was. Dang, she beat Hannah Guy too, though. Seemed like Hannah Guy. I thought Hannah Guy would have won that fight. She must took the wrong approach. She must took more of an MMA approach. She must have been looking to go for takedowns. I got to go back and watch that fight. Yeah, I thought Hannah Guy had better hands than that. Yeah, everybody she fought was making their debut. So yeah. Michael Venom Page with his one punch at a time style in bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, one single shot at a time. Yeah, Ernest, it's not like this ain't the place to be for budding fighters that really want to make it somewhere, right? This ain't that type of sport. Mm-mm. Yeah, we already know that. Like, these fighters are coming from MMA. They're former fighters. That's why there's no longevity. It's usually just like a tough man thing or exhibition. Test your toughness. Test your might, and that's it. Oh yeah, I would love to see that zombie. Peralta and Ferea. I think there'll be a lot of blood, but there'll be skill in that fight. I would love to see that fight. Peralta and Ferea. That is a good fight right there. They need to go ahead and make that one. Yeah, Hannah was trying to clinch. Okay. Yeah. That's why I said she must have been, coming out the tough house. She was trying to put some MMA tactics in there. um, yeah, that's what it is. It's fun. Like, if you like the type of show, if you want to just see a good show, it's good like that. But it's not on par with, just regular boxing. It's definitely not something you're gonna uh, make some huge legacy in. It's not like that. Boxing is more dangerous for the brain. Boxing is more. What you mean, you list? Boxing is more. Bare knuckle boxing is more dangerous for the brain than boxing. Yeah, you mean bare knuckle, right? Even though there are more deaths, right? But if you go back and look, like in the 1800s, a lot of guys that used to fight with them little gloves and bare knuckles, a lot of them would go blind. But yeah, you listen. I'd say boxing today is more dangerous because you get more deaths and there's a lot more accumulation of hits. When you wear gloves, it protects your hands, but the impact is still the same. So yeah, you're right. Like, boxing is still more dangerous. You got a lot of people dying, and the impact is still the same. It's still gonna jar your brain. It's still doing the same damage. It's just protecting the hands, right? Like, if I hit you in the head multiple times with a 10-ounce glove, yeah, my hand's fine, but your brain ain't, you know? But in bare knuckle boxing, since you can do damage to your hands, there's not as many consecutive blows. You won't throw as many combinations, right? So yeah, regular boxing is a lot more dangerous. That's why there's more death in boxing than MMA too. Man, there was just a guy from Africa that just died, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. Professional fighter in boxing just died not too long ago. Yeah. Ernest said, but why continue to punish yourself to make weight and go nowhere for minimal views and but pay, but pay for more, pay, but more head damage? Why not become a coach? Hey, you don't get the high anymore. That's what it is, coach. You don't get the high. That's why they keep doing it. Yeah, gloves are for the hand. People forget that. Yeah, the impact is a lot bigger. Yeah, the gloves are just for hands now. Yeah, it's not, it's still, that's what people don't say. Them hands, them hands in a glove is just protection. But when that impact hits your head, brain is a sensitive thing, man. We're not designed to be hitting the head. People still don't understand that. So when somebody quits or goes down, you have to give them more leeway. Now that we coming around full circle, people have to understand they are people. They train. You get the hard, hard abs, biceps, good cardio. You can put your gas tank all the way up, to 100. You can fight all the rounds you want, right? But when it comes down to your head, one simple head injury or one simple blow can take you off your game, and then that person might have to quit. That person might have to quit because people are watching, fans that are watching still don't understand these people ain't superhuman. They still are human. They still might have to quit because the eye goes, vision's blurry, brain, like I said, brain injury, headache right in the middle of a fight. That's why I'm kind of, I try to be cool with that. I mean, people talk trash, but if they get hurt in there, and they want to quit, that's them. They want to live another day. Because like I said, the brain, that's a sensitive place. Anybody that gets hit in the head enough times or the perfect one shot, and you out of there. Right? Just like with Sam Hughes a little while back, when she didn't continue with the eye injury, DC wanted to try to give her some, crap over that. But I'm like, yo, that's her eye, What if she went on fighting in that one fight with Tisha Torres with the eye injury? And then go to the doctor after that fight, you'd be like, the doctor's going to be like, oh, that was your last fight. So it's safer to make that choice for yourself and say, hey, nah, I can't go on for this time. Doesn't make me any less of a fighter, but I know that my body was telling me at this time I can't do it. It was just saying, my body said, no, not at this time. James said, you say that boxing, you will have a longer career too, and the accumulated impact over time is worse than BKFC, who won't have long careers. Right. See, the thing, yeah, you got it. Boxing, you have a longer career. You'll have a longer career. But at the same time, yeah, it's still worse because for that reason, it goes on longer. Right. But yeah, y'all bringing some names. I'm gonna still go back and do this video too. I think I'm gonna do that video this week since we talking about bare knuckle. Robot Chicken was, yeah, he said Meatball and Zombie Girl would be reigning. Now that you mention them, yeah, I'm gonna do my video on this because yeah, Meatball and Zombie Girl are two fighters I could see going into BKFC for sure. And I'll go ahead and give you another one right now. Sarge. She can't find a home right now in MMA. Can't make weight. Too small for bantamweight. Too big for flyweight. Sarge got a good chin. Sarge can throw some hands. Hey, might have to go to BKFC for a few fights. I can see that. She got a good chin. She got enough hand skill to, put on some good, entertaining fights in there and still come out on top. I mean, if they could do like some catch weight fights for her, I think she could do well there. Sink said, is her hands like that? They're pretty decent. Like, if she's just in there against somebody not trying to take her down, I think her hands are pretty decent. Like she's been working. I'd say her hands are better than some of the other ones. Let me just say that. They're better than some of the other ones you see in there right now. She can land some good left hooks. She got a good left hook. What if Jessica I appears in bare knuckle boxing? Oh boy, she better go the wrestling route. She better go that wrestling route. Who else? Who else would be good? Yeah, Molly would be good. Her hands, good. Catch wearers, got that power. She's good. Jin Yoon Kim might need to go on over here. Yeah, Jin Yoon Kim might need to move her way to some BKFC. Especially if you ain't racking up any wins UFC. Like I said, I'm not suggesting anybody that has a good, solid thing going with MMA. Like if you got a good career going in the UFC, a good win streak, no, don't go over to BKFC. But if you're having trouble over here making weight, or if you just over here having trouble getting wins because you're not a well-rounded mixed martial artist, then go over here to BKFC where it's just hands. Brian Williams said, I'm still a fan of Beck Rollins. Yeah, Beck, yeah. I used to talk to her on Facebook a lot, before. She's still up there. I used to talk to her a lot, like, about like 5-6 years ago. She would just be, on there talking about fighting and everything. I used to talk to her a lot. But yeah, I'm thinking BKFC, yeah, she could come back and fight there. But Miranda Granger, I don't know. I don't really see any like I haven't seen enough in her hands and her grittiness to just put her in there in BKFC. I don't know about that. I mean, I know her ground game wasn't the best, but even her hand game, I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if her durability is like that either. But let's jump back over here for a second. Well, not jump back, but let's go on back to MMA. PAWFC. Like I said, I'm gonna probably talk about this card a little bit more later this week because I was having some technical difficulties watching this card. It kept going out, but for sure, I seen the 3 amateur fights on this card. I saw 3 amateur fights on this Palace Athena WFC. Got a chance to see the amateur fights, but I was busy. But also when I tried to come back and watch it, it was kind of in and out. Like there was some technical difficulties where it was gone for a while and it came back on real late. It came back on like almost 2 or 3 hours later, I think. So I couldn't really see it. But I made sure I went back and watched the main event. This Croden versus home fight, Melissa Croden. Telling y'all, man, this is a fighter to watch out for. Bantamweights. This is an up and coming bantamweight. That definitely has something going. Let me go ahead and let me share with you the page. Hold on. If y'all aren't familiar, PAFWC, Palace Athena, WFC, Women's Fighting League. And like I said, Chris Cyborg, I think she's, spokeswoman for it. Yes, she was there doing interviews. Chris Cyborg, Felicia Spencer's a commentator. Sarah Kaufman, she's a part. I guess some of them might be investors in there. Mark said, who is that 38-year-old? I think, was that Crazian? That Andy the Crazian Nguyen? I thought she had more losses than that. 0-1. I think she no. Is that the one? No. Andy Creation is 40. She's older. Yeah, she's 40. And AFWC, they are similar organization. You know, it's a little bit lower, even lower than Invicta FC because they just starting. You know, they got amateur bouts on here, and one half is professional. You know, so you have a good mix. Like you have some former Invicta fighters here. You got fighters making their debut here. So when you first watching this, it's kind of like Invicta. Don't expect all out skills to the highest level. You know, you're gonna have fighters starting out. It's just like if you seen some local events that you go to. This is just like televised local events. That's what it is. You know, that's what this card is. You know, it's just these local events being brought up to the mainstream a little bit. You know, to the casual fans and to the hardcore fans. You know, it's not like you're gonna see big explosive fights, barn burners. Maybe you might get some barn burners. Yeah, you could get some of that, but you might not get the chess match that you thinking. Like you ain't gonna see like high skills here. But I saw some in this main event with this fight with Melissa Croden. You know, this is a bantamweight to look out for here. You know, this is the one fight, like I said, I got a chance to go back and watch. Main event, Melissa Croden got this third round, very impressive third round TKO victory over her opponent home. What was her first name? Hold on. This is Melissa Croden and hang on. Cornelia Home. Yeah, Melissa Croden versus Cornelia Home. Like, I recommend you go check this fight out here. If you want to see some new talent with some good skill sets, I think Melissa Croden has that. You know, I'm not just saying because I'm a stand-up fan. You know, I like strikers. I mean, I like well-rounded fighters too, but I think she has some. I think she has some good technique about her. You know, it's just not like she's going in there striking and throwing a bunch of BS punches and shadow boxing or just shadow kicking. You know, just she ain't shadow kickboxing, none of that. You know, she's making her shots count. If you go back and look at this fight, the first round, she's got a good stance, you know, on the balls of her feet, you know, controlling her distance. She's 5'10", you know, so she's a big bantamweight, has a good jab, you know, pumps her jab out, uses a nice inside leg kick to control the fighter. And every now and then, you know, she'll let combinations go, and they're never the same combination. You know, she'll throw some good body kicks, and she'll throw a leg kick, head kick off of the leg kick, just mixing it up. But she'll always go back to her jab, you know. So she was really putting on a clinic these first couple of rounds just with her stand up alone. And then going into the third round when her opponent felt that need to try to close distance, she was using her inside strength, you know, good clinch game, you know, good takedown defense, ability to reverse, even pop back up. You know, she was doing a little bit of everything. Like, even when she got the fight to the ground, like she got to take down. Her ground and pound is on point. You know, she's letting hard hammer fists go. And that's how she finished this fight. She finished a good statement maker on the ground here, you know, using some very solid ground and pound. So I was impressed, you know. I was impressed by this young lady. I think she's let me see, 4-1 now. Let me make sure here. Melissa Croden. 3-1. Yeah, she's 3-1 now. Still growing as a fighter. I mean, you know, she still has a few more years, you know, to take her time if she wants. But she did say that, you know, she is going to keep working, you know, until she gets that call. And we all know what that call means. But like I said, with what she's showing, I don't think there's any problem with her taking some time to just build that skill, you know, nurture it. Because what she has, I think you don't see a lot of professional fighters have, like really good distance management. I know it might be the opponent, but she's still showing discipline now. How she picks her combinations. Like, well, no matter who the opponent is in the situation, you still have to say Melissa Croden throws nice combinations, right? Because that's her choice to throw them, right? It really don't matter who the opponent is. She's letting her shots go. She's mixing her opponent up. She's frustrating her opponent when she mixes it up, is what I'm saying. She'll, like I post this picture on the left, beautiful right uppercut. This right uppercut is what led to the finish. She landed that big shot there, and that was it. From there, she just landed some good finishing blows to get her opponent the fight waved off. Brian Williams said, how old is she? 31, about 31. And yeah, like I said, good size bantamweight, 70-inch reach, 5'10". Physically strong, physically strong. And I seen a fight of hers, once about a year ago. I think it was like Titan. I was watching Titan, and I thought she won that fight. I thought she had got robbed out of a fight in that one, because she showed some good stand up in that one. So yeah, I've been looking at her since she was like 1-0 or 2-0, and she's got some decent skill sets going for it. Good takedown defense, but good ground and pound, and some good stand up. At 3-1, I know for some people it's too early to say, but I think more she keeps nurturing that skill, keeps nurturing that ability that she has now, it's going to take her far. It's going to take her far, man. You said I wasn't, okay, you weren't overtly impressed with Haley Cohen. I wasn't either. I really wasn't either. But, what are you going to do at this point? That's kind of what I'm saying with how they signed her, because I think they just need some new blood there. And now's the time to get her in. She's, what is she, 32 now? 32, 33. She's had a long career in LFA, a lot of fights in LFA. So they said now's the time to get her in. And, Dana feels she has the it factor, right? So maybe she'll learn, maybe she'll grow. She has the size and the strength going for her. So we'll see if that can, save her against some of these veterans along the way, because she's gonna have to start working on her striking game. Honestly, if I seen these two fight, I would favor Melissa Croden. I would favor Melissa in this fight. If her and Haley Cohen fight, I think her stand-up game is that dangerous and she's that strong. From what I've seen, I would favor Melissa over Haley. But we'll see. I don't think we're getting signed next year would be wise. I say she could get in a little bit more work, get some that's Dana White's it factor. That's his it factor, Brian. You nailed it on the head. That's the it factor. We know his it factor. Like that, and going straight in there and trying to get hit. Dana has, Dana standards for it factor. It's no defense, blonde, a good look that his demographic likes. Right? That's the it factor. That's always what he's gonna be looking for, somebody that's going in the finish. Right? But with the bantamweight division looking the way it is, hey, got to get somebody in there, right? Marcus Bell said, let's hope Haley doesn't run into Raging Panda in the near future. Well, Raging Panda, I don't think she'll be back anytime soon. Still dealing, she's still, she was coming off injury. Now she's pregnant. So we'll see. We'll see. She put Carol Rosa in there with her. Haley Cohen is strong. She has an interesting inside fight game, but I think her jiu-jitsu is still, I guess we say suspect, because when she's gonna be going in there with girls like Sarah McMahon on the ground, that'll be tough. That's gonna be some work. Those fighters like even Myra Buena Silva. Those girls that are good at submission. She's been submitted 2 times. Like, fighters that get top position on her, usually, well, I'll say the ones in the UFC, they'll be able to, dominate. They're usually the ones that can win some rounds on her. Azama says someone like Penny Kansas would be more than enough for Cohen. Yeah, that's a good fight. I think those hands that Penny Kansas has, you would see the work. You would see the work that need to be done on the hand side there. Her game is more in the middle, like the clinch game and the dirty boxing on the inside, the clinch inside fighting, the holding, the press into the cage because she's so strong. But actual jiu-jitsu is still a little suspect. Even like range fighting. But see, when I'm looking at Melissa Croden, her hands, she's a little bit more disciplined. Even how she's picking her punches, picking her kicks, leg attack. She's a fighter that I think knows what she wants to do in there, and she'll try her best to impose it on you. Let's see. I'm gonna share this with y'all, just in case y'all haven't seen this before. This is the actual web page for Palace Athena. You can buy tickets off of here. I haven't, I just watch it online, but here's a list of the fighters here. You can see got a roster here. This is Melissa Croden right here. All right. She's the bantamweight champion now for this organization. Yeah, see, this is a Canadian-based organization too, just so y'all know. She's 31, 3-1 right now. And, not too far off like from Tanisha Tennant. Tanisha's like, 31, 32. And, same type of resume, but they've got some good skill sets about them. They've got some good skill sets. Hold on. How's my connection doing? This they be acting up sometime. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Little bars was going down tonight. I don't know if there's like a storm coming or what. Mark said Haley Cohen is someone who might gas out in the middle of a fight. She's somebody that could really be in trouble against some of these, girls with top level jiu-jitsu too. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Cornelia Holm, 34. You got some young fighters like this bantamweight, Lexi Rook. She's from England. She's 28. She just made her pro debut. Let me see here. Yeah, this was the one fight I had missed out on because the connection started acting up. Pro debut. They didn't even post results for this one, did they? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this card. Let's see. Yeah, so you get, like I said, you get a mixture. You get a mixture on here. So there's young 28-year-old, another bantamweight, Louise Hiller. Maria Favela. I was trying to watch this fight, but it kept messing up on me. So yeah, there's another one I gotta go back and see. She's young, 29 years old. So really, this is still an era of bantamweights that's kind of far off. All right. Monica Essner, I think I seen her fight once. Yeah, literally, because that's all she has. Jackie McLean, I've seen her. And yeah, this was who you were talking about, Marcus Bell. Yeah, she's been around a long time. Andy the Crazian. Yeah, she's been around for a minute now. Yeah, she's already 39 years old. So yeah, and she's 7-11. And I think she got stopped too last night. So yeah, you're gonna get a mixture of some of these veterans that are just still coming in here to fight, but then you can get some like this young fighter here that's 23, like the one that finished the Crazian. Like somebody like Larissa Carvalho here. She's 23, strawweight, 3-1. She's gonna be working, so don't be surprised if you see her pop up in Invicta one day. Karinsky Fernandez. That's another 23-year-old strawweight. So yeah, you got some young blood in here too. All right, let's see. I'm just scroll through here. You got some atom weights on here. Oh yeah, Ako Murata. She's probably like one of the oldest fighters. She's 46. She's a mom too. She's returning back to fight. I don't know how long she's planning to stay, but yeah, that's different. I thought she was like 39 or 40. I didn't know she was that old. Marcus said, "Go back up to the girl you passed who was 38 with one win as a pro." That's the girl you were talking about. Let me see, 38. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Robin Dunn, right? Yeah, she's 37. Yeah, Robin Dunn. Yeah, she had taken a break, I think, because I was listening to her interview. This is like at the beginning. I think she was gone for like 2009. Her last fight was 2009, and she just came back because she went into the army. And she went into the army. She went into the military, did some other stuff. Now she's coming back to fight, right? Yeah. So the ones that usually come back at this age, I'm thinking, they're just kind of doing it to compete somewhat, but it's not really their go-to. They did establish themselves as whatever the career they wanted to get into. They just didn't want to go in there and say they want to stick to fighting, so it's good on them if, they just want to do this as a certain competitive type thing on the side. But, in the long run, you want to get to the UFC, like those type of fighters, it's got to be all or nothing, right? Yeah, Ryan said Alan Perez. Yeah, Eileen Perez fights this Saturday, right? Yeah, Stephanie Edgar. Oh, wait a minute. The girl he was talking about was Claudiova. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I think I saw her. Crazian, Claudiova. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. She's got one win like the other one, right? Okay, Pavila Claudiova. A lot of them must have come from more like the amateurs too, So Mojo, what's up? He said Taylor folded like a pair of underwear way out match, not even in the same league. Yeah, she was like Sink was saying she said she couldn't see. I think one of them shots that she got caught with might have did some damage to the eye. So, she was done for the night. But yeah, like it was like I was saying, you got to be ready to back up that talk. So sometimes it's best not to say anything. It's best not to say anything if you're not sure of what can happen in a fight, right? That's just me. Because people won't let you live that down, right? But yeah, I'm sharing that for a second. Okay, but yeah, bantamweight for the UFC still got a way to go, but I think there's some promising fighters that can make it interesting. I don't think we're never going to get another Ronda Rousey at bantamweight or any MMA division in the UFC. So that's something you just count out. You're not getting that anymore. But I think we can at least get some good skilled fighters for the hardcore fans. For people that just want to see good fights, I think we can still get that with what we got coming in. Myra Winter Silva might make it interesting. Chelsea Chandler might make it interesting here. Eileen Perez might make it interesting. When they start getting in there, getting their feet wet. And when they get to a certain level, we'll see if they can weed out the veterans. I just think that you'll get them eventually. Melissa Croden, Tanisha Tennant. That'll be an interesting fight. Ooh, that would be an interesting fight. Like if Melissa Croden wants to go over to Invicta, try to grab another belt, that'll be an interesting fight. If she wants to take another level up before going to the UFC, I think that would be wise. Go over to Invicta FC, challenge Tanisha, or go LFA bantamweights, try to get some work in there, see what happens. But get what you need, nurture that talent, and then make a name for yourself, get some big statement wins, and then you'll probably get that call. But yeah, man, ain't much going on. Like I said, this weekend, we did have wasn't much going on in the UFC, but we had all these other things going on. BKFC, ONE FC, it was a good card. Shout out to Demetrius Johnson. That was a very, very cinematic comeback, in my opinion. Just because when I left off the first time, he was down on his back in 2 rounds. Seemed like he was just getting handled. But then he bounces back with this beautiful finish over the champion, So hopefully that leads to a third fight. That hopefully that leads to a third fight. We can see we get the best out of 3, right? What else is going on this weekend? I'll be back on a couple more times this weekend to talk some fights. But let's see. Yes, Cyril gone. Tied to Ivasa. That's this weekend. That fight's gonna be crazy. Sink said that's C. John Dodson. Yes. John Dodson. See, he's a showmaker too, man. Like, he's a character. I like him. John Dodson. He got some hands. This dude, man. Let me see if I can share the thing here real quick. Oh, never mind. Won't let me share. John Dodson, boy, came in like a monster. Yeah, I think he gets it. John Dawson, he gets it, man. Like he's got some hands. And no, not fighting Chikagan this weekend is disappointing. It is. It's disappointing. It's disappointing, man. John Dawson has good range about himself. Like, he's coming in there to southpaw stance at times. He's landing shots and he's kind of taking a step back. He's not just rushing right in there. He's kind of measuring himself. So we'll see. What's that? His second win now? He seems like he's taking that. He is taking it serious. Like he could do some things here. I want to say that's his second victory. Let me know. Or is it? Was that his first? Was that his first win? First win in BKFC? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, that was his first time. Okay, yeah, that was his first fight. Okay, yeah, yeah. His attack was on point though. He did what he did what he needed to do. I like it. Okay, so Tai Tuivasa, Cyril Gane. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the card so we can take a look at who we got. It's UFC Fight Night card, the first one in France. On the prelims for women, we got Eileen Perez and Stephanie Edgar. Are y'all still mad at Stephanie Edgar? Dang, that's it. Ain't got no more. Ain't got no other WMMA fights. That is disappointing. That is it. Well, hopefully they can do something big, but well, Robert Whitaker and Marvin Vettori should be a good fight though. There's some good fights on there. I'm picking Whitaker. Picking Whitaker and I'm picking Gane in those two fights. Yeah, there is no other women fights on this card. Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson is the week after. Man. Oh boy. No, Brian. Zara is out. Stephanie Edgar's taking her place. See, yeah, Stephanie Edgar's gonna be taking her place. Mojo said, what if they adjust the weight levels to 110, 120, 130, 140, 141 above? Or above is heavyweight. Just asking y'all's opinion, would that help or not? It could. It could for some of those ones that are like little tweeners here and there. Like for the fighters that you see it kind of do some, I won't say damage, but it kind of takes away from their gas a little bit. Angela Hill looked good in that catch weight fight for 120. And maybe it might help Sarge. I don't know. For somebody like Sarge Eubank, maybe 130 would help her, because she can't really compete at 135 because there's like big, long fighters there. And then 125, that's killing her. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Mojo. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I got Whitaker in that fight, Zalman. I'm gonna go with Whitaker in this one. Okay, so yeah, that's all for that weekend. I mean, the weekend after, we got Norma Dumont and Danielle Wolf. Danielle Wolf is finally fighting. We'll talk about her later this week too. Like what are her chances? What are Danielle Wolf's chances of really making it now in the UFC? Like featherweight. Is she ever gonna get a belt? How many years does she have? Questions like that. What do y'all think? All right, so I'm gonna wrap this thing up in a little bit here. Zama said, "What about Maria Silva versus Dudakova on Dana White's Contender Series?" I'm not sure. I predict Chase on winning first round and gassing out. Since I haven't watched Wolf at all, really. Yeah. This is actually her first fight. I mean, yeah, if you mean boxing too, yeah, because she was a boxer, but she hasn't really. I don't think she really won too many like world titles or anything. She had the one fight 2 years ago in the Contender Series, and since then that was all we heard. So I would have to go with Norma Dumont. I think Norma Dumont has a better understanding of mixed martial arts at this point, and she can move. She can throw kicks, strikes. You have a level of some level to gauge her on versus like Norma Dumont, who had trouble with Tanisha Tennant in their fight. I thought Tanisha won that fight, but if you look at that fight and say, okay, this fighter here is like almost 38, 39, and this is truly their first professional fight, you have to go with the one like Norma Dumont, who still has some good skills about her, or some experience with dealing with bigger fighters. She's fought Macy Chase on. And when she got stopped by Megan Anderson, that's just Megan. I mean, Megan's got one hitter quitter in her hand, so that would happen to anybody. But this fight here, should be no problem for her to win it, to me. Yeah, Ernest. Ernest said if she gets dropped by Wolf, I'm telling you, Wolf don't really have great power now. She's a good boxer now. She's gonna come in with good boxing skills, but Wolf doesn't have any KOs in boxing. Wolf doesn't have. Oh yeah, it does go on. She is 1-0, so yeah. Because Contender Series fight does go on as a professional fight, but yeah, she don't have any KOs in boxing now. So where's that resume? I don't have her boxing resume up here anymore. Oh, there it is, Box Rec. Hold on. Hey, can't find it. Where is her boxing record at? Okay. But anyways, before we go, what are some other fights y'all looking forward to? What fights need to happen at WMMA? What are some fights y'all really want to see? I can't find her boxing record anymore. Mojo said if Wolf wins, I would think it would be by point fighting and not going to the ground. Yeah, that would probably be her only way of winning. No work on the ground, strictly hands, a few kicks here and there. You know, uh, if anything, her striking IQ to a certain extent could be more disciplined and a little bit higher than Norma Dumont. She could take advantage of that, but we'll see. Mark said if Wolf was on tough instead of Contender Series, then we could see how good or bad she really is. Yeah, Jocelyn Nunez is somebody I want to see back. Really would like to see Jocelyn Nunez back, man. No news from her though. I, just checking her out on her Instagram the other day. Nothing new from there. Lad versus Vieta. Lad versus Vieta. That's a good fight. I still want to see Lad and Sarah McMahon though. That would have been a good one. Sarah McMahon and Aspen Ladd. That would have been a good fight. Oh yeah. What we got next? Invicta. Yeah, we got an Invicta card coming up next month too. Jillian DeCourcy is getting her championship opportunity against Jessica Del Boni. That should be good. Yeah, to me, McMahon versus Ladd would answer a lot of questions, even about Ladd's level. You know what I mean? Like her level of wrestling too. That'd be interesting. Like, could she handle that physical strength? And we could see if McMahon is still hungry. You know, if she's still hungry. I know she was calling GDR out a little while back, but I don't think that fight's gonna happen now. So let's see if she could put together a win streak. But I don't know, man, Ladd. You know, if she's coming in looking fit, getting in shape, Ladd could get right back where she needs to be. Demopoulos and Oliveira. Ooh, this is how I'm gonna go with that one. Like I usually do with Vanessa Demopoulos' fights. I'm gonna say if Oliveira keeps it standing, it's her win. But the minute Demopoulos gets you down, she's gonna win. That's how it always happens. Demopoulos is that dangerous on the ground, kind of like Mackenzie Dern. Man. She's dangerous. You know, she's athletic. She's flexible. She's good with her jujitsu. And if Oliveira's not offering power or any pop, Demopoulos might just rush her and take her down. And if it goes to the ground, Demopoulos probably won't get the submission. That's how it usually goes with her. I know Juarez dropped her, but I saw when Juarez went in, I was like, oh, Juarez, you making a big mistake. And was I wrong? Nope. She got submitted. Yeah, I wouldn't count Sarah McMahon out at all. Like Saint said, he got her Sarah McMahon 100%. Dang. McMahon, yeah, you definitely can't count her out. GDR, I think, is still in her country. Um, I don't know what the deal is now, but she's supposed to be coming back. And I guess she got some other things going on. You know, I don't know if it was like vaccine related or what, but yeah, I don't know. Oh boy, Tommy flying by fast. Okay. But yeah, I got some other videos to do this week. You know, I feel like I'm a little behind, just a little bit because I was busy past few days. But yeah, I got some other videos to do. Yeah, bare knuckle boxing, man. It's I'm just looking at some of this bare knuckle boxing. It's a trip sometimes, man. I remember I was looking at I was looking at one fight. Or I heard a story once where bare knuckle boxing went to the point of like some guy's eye coming out. It ain't no joke. Marcus says GDR is coming back next summer. That's what she said, right? Is that what she said? She's coming back next summer, right? You know, you still got a lot of WMMA fights. Combate, you know, they put on some good fights. You get some good talent coming out of there. got a lot of good fighters that come out of Combate as well. So I always watch those. I need to go back and look at some more because I think I missed a couple. Mojo said Demopolis eats punches like dessert. Don't know how long she can keep doing that. That grounder's on point though. She recovers well. Yeah, she does, man. She's got a good chin, man. But yeah, she be taking some damage, boy. She'll take some damage, man. That's why I said like it's going to be that type of situation. If she does keep it standing, uh, Oliveira, she could win it. But the minute she gets taken down, it could be over. I don't know, man. Sometimes she seems a little quick to submit you faster than Tabitha Ricci. She seems a little bit quicker with submissions than Tabitha Ricci, I think. I know they work together now. They train together, but I've just been noticing that like Demopoulos will kind of go straight to a position, and she'll she'll go right for an armbar quick or a triangle or something. She'll go for a submission a little bit quicker. Yeah, robot chickens. Yeah, yeah. Don't striking is not. Yeah, I be watching her fights. I'd be like, come on, girl, you got to improve that striking. You got to improve that striking. But she'll go in there and bang, man. But on the ground, I'm not even gonna knock it because like what she do on the ground is impressive. Let me see, Velismus or Ricci. I think I'm gonna go with Velismus right now. I like Tabitha Ricci, but I don't know if she can get her to the cage, man. I don't know if she can get her to the cage, get it down. Velismus is, this ain't Masra Ruiz. I'm gonna give Velismus a little credit here. I think she can withstand pressure from Ricci. It's different. I think Velismus has the kickboxing and the angles to do it now. She's been working on her hand speed and her punch selection. So early on here, I'm looking at Velismus. Singh said he got shot. Okay. Robot Chicken said he got Cheyenne. Singh said he got Cheyenne. Brian said Singh, it depends on if Velismus can keep it standing. Otherwise, give Velismus on the ground is Ricci. I would like to see Demopoulos fight Velismus. That would be a good fight. Yeah, you just missed what I said, Brian. That's two different fights. Two different fighters. Masra Ruiz ain't Tabitha Ricci, though. I knew it. I knew somebody was gonna bring that up. That's why I already said nope. I said it's two different fighters. Ricci ain't that wild like that. Like Ricci don't go in for takedowns like Montserrat Ruiz. Montserrat Ruiz like to wrestle you down. She like to bum rush. So, and that was a little while ago. So I think Felismus can do a little bit better here. Oh boy. Oh, I thought we had another fight cancellation. Never mind. Well, yeah, this weekend ain't looking too. It ain't looking too good for WMMA. But hey, got some good fights coming up somewhere down the line, right? But I'm about to get up out of here now. Yeah, I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow. I think I got a couple videos to do, but make sure you hit that like on your way out, and always subscribe if you just haven't subscribed. If you just tune in, just make sure you subscribe. Some people just tune in, but they don't hit sub or they don't hit the like. Like, go ahead and do both. And then I'll tell you when I'm on. Because some people still don't get notifications. I think was that Brian said he didn't get a notification. So it does that sometimes. And I haven't been on multiple times in the past few days. It's been a couple days. So Robot Chicken says Cheyenne Striker looks way better. Baby Shark is going to get embarrassed. Yeah, Baby Shark doesn't go after takedowns like Ruiz, to me. Oh, Boxing Combat Films, what's going on, man? Where you been? He said UFC's worrying me right now. Usman gets upset. Is Hamzat next? I know, man. That's crazy. Usman got a whole different road to go down. Got to go back in there against Edwards. Got to get that rubber match now. It ain't gonna sit right. It ain't gonna sit right with him now. He got to get that rematch. Hamzat, he could be, man. I think maybe a couple more fights and he could be that one next. But that sucks, man. Definitely not mad at Edwards though, man. He did what he had to do. He looked good. All respect for him. Mojo said, I'm interested in seeing Demopoulos fight another fight at her level to see if she's more than just heart, ground, and grit. Yeah. Yeah, she's been heart, ground, and grit for a long time now. Like, I haven't seen hands yet. Man. That's my point. Yeah, Robot Chicken. That's what I'm saying. Like Montserrat Ruiz, she's different. She'll come at you. Ricci don't really take those type of chances. She's cautious. I think Demopoulos gets more takedowns than she does, actually. And goes for submissions a lot quicker too. That was my point, earlier. Yeah. Velismus has more time to work off a jab and maybe even do what Manon did at times. Maybe not as hard because she's smaller, but she could do some of the same things, combinations and move. Flurry, boom, boom, then move. Decimated, what's up? He said Taylor got daughtered by Ferea. Humiliated. 47 seconds. Yeah, man. Mojo said, yeah, I stopped getting notifications. I just keep resetting notifications to all piss me off when I miss these or come in way late. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Well, you know what, Mojo? I still got your email in here just for you if you're having trouble right now. Because email is always logged in here on my phone. I'm going to try to drop you an email when I go live. Let me see. Yeah, I still got your email. Yeah, it don't take that long. I mean, can't do that for everybody, of course, because I don't have everybody's email. That'd be a lot of emails. But yeah, since you right here and you emailed me before, Mojo, I can drop your email or two whenever I can, when I can remember. Robot Chicken said Hamza is overrated. How do you beat Nate Diaz and get a title shot? He's on a losing streak. Yeah, you can't get a title shot off that. It's going to be a couple more fights. It's got to be a couple more fights. Okay. All right. I had to close something out. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all on later this week. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.